Hey all of you. Today I'm trying out a bit of a vlog style video for you. We are in Delhi. I just came back from Vietnam and Tibet, and I have like one day in Delhi to wait for my bus back to Dharamsala. So I wanted to show you a bit of the area. I'm staying over in Majnu Katila, that's a Tibetan settlement. But right now I went over to the Indian side of the area to do some spice shopping. So I will take you with me and show you around a bit. Behind me is a little temple. And I really hope you can understand me because it's pretty noisy around here. We are actually at a small bazaar. And it's like my personal favorite bazaar in Delhi. Not that I know all of them, but way better than in the main city. Because here you can go shopping without 100 people yelling at you. Like, it might not sound quiet, but for India it's a pretty quiet bazaar. So let's see if we find what we're looking for. So the first thing we're doing now is buying a new SIM card for India. I have to do this all the time because the SIM card is always only valid for 3 months. So it's a bit annoying, but there's not many options and it's pretty cheap. So I found a SIM card seller, so now it's just taking a moment. I show you around the market. So we are like 20 minutes later. We still try to make my SIM card work. But because it's India, you need the Indian number to get your number activated, and a lot of other things don't work. So this nice man here is helping me to get my SIM card. That's the real magic of India. People help you that you have never met before in your life. So I'm really lucky and hope it will work later. So the whole buying a SIM card thing took way over an hour now, but I finally have it. But I have no idea if it will be working because it takes like 3-4 hours until it's activated. So let's hope it works and the whole effort wasn't for nothing. Now we are actually going to where we really wanted to go, to find one of the spice shops to get some fresh spices for home. On the way I show you some of the local tailoring shops. There's a little beggar girl. We have many of those here. No, sorry. Unfortunately, the beggars, they usually belong to the mafia. So if you give them something, you're supporting the mafia. But here are the tailoring shops full of beautiful fabrics. Tailoring shops and fabrics are amazingly cheap in Delhi. But I don't need anything right now, and we have nice shops where I live as well. But just so you get an impression how the streets here look. So a whole section of tailoring shops. And there's a little street dog sleeping on the car. Now we're on the next side street, trying to actually find what we were looking for. I think there's a shop further down the road. As you can see, for a bazaar in India, this is super quiet. Found what we were going for. This is one of the spice sellers, and he will make me a fresh mix where he's grinding the spices for me. Dharamsala is amazing, but the spice section isn't so good. So here you can get the... no chili, no. They don't understand a little chili here, so I rather say no chili and add it myself at home. Veg, yeah. I don't really know what is in my mix, but they're always delicious and really tasty. And if you could smell the quality of the spices here, you would understand what I mean. You see there's lots of local foods here as well. But that's not what we're going for today. We go to a nice restaurant later, you will see. Now he's grinding the spices for us. So we got our bag of delicious spices now. It's not the cheapest spices you can get in India, but because they're really fresh, they're really good quality, and this is more than enough for a year. I got a chai masala, a curry masala, and a biryani masala. And I will enjoy this. I'm really happy to go back to my... This lucky cow gets cuddled by one of the Tibetans of the area. Seems to enjoy it a lot, while he is waiting for his wife buying shoes. Just have a look at the fresh fruits. If I would have space in my stomach or my luggage, I would buy some. We have good veggie shops in Dharamsala as well, but down here where it's warmer, there's actually even more options. This is one of the typical sweets shops here. And now we are already heading back because we're done with shopping. The only thing I needed was the SIM card and some spices. Delhi is really nice for shopping and has good prices, but I have way too much luggage already. The combination of Vietnam and Tibet made my luggage super heavy. I have 25 kilos. That's way more than I ever had in my life. So no more shopping today. Here we have the intersection that is going back to the Tibetan settlement site over the bridge here. But before, I just wanted to show you the huge street and the noise and the traffic. Here we are at the official entrance gate of Majnu Katila. You see the crazy part of town, and now we are going to the much calmer area of the Tibetans. Still pretty busy. In the last years this became a hub for tourism, but not so much for foreigners, mainly for like Indian people that want to explore different cultures. And yeah, there's estimated like 20 million people living in Delhi. So going on a day trip with your family, with just taking the metro and exploring a completely different culture is the thing that people enjoy here. So this is the main square of Majnu Katila, where the temple is, but also lots of food stalls. There's lots of monks here, and as you can hear, there's something going on in the temple. I actually wanted to go for lunch right now, but let's have a quick look into the temple. Looks, this monk is bringing some tormas. It is getting late, and because I'm a bit hungry, I'm just having some quick laughing for lunch. I really love laughing. I still will go to the real restaurant. Little. The sauce is like really spicy. Laughing is a traditional Tibetan food that is only sold at street stands. You don't find it in restaurants. But it's really delicious, and for some reason they have a lot of good places here in Delhi that make it, here in Majnu Katila. And it's like a cheap, quick lunch that is not filling too much, so we can still go to the restaurant later. They also have it as soup, but today we get the dry laughing. Here we have a traditional wood carving shop. You see the beautiful style of furniture that the Tibetans are making. Tashidele. We are on the way down to the river. Calling it a river is a bit of an exaggeration. It's the Yamuna River, and it's one of the most dirty rivers I've seen in my life. But there's always nice people down here. There's a little slum here. As you can see, the tents. But the people down here are the loveliest people that you can imagine. So we are looking for a little chai place. So this is what we were looking for, the little cafes down at the river. The government has built walls around the river, so people cannot see the slums that easily anymore. Some years ago there was no wall. They decided to sit here and get a nice bubble tea because it's like nice and warm, so let's enjoy something to drink. As this is supposed to be a knitting channel, I quickly show you my work in process that I have with me. This is a Nilai shawl. It's a design by an Indian designer. Her name is Nidhi Knits. I will try to link it below. It was supposed to be the wedding shawl for my friend's wedding that I actually didn't go to because I spontaneously went to Tibet instead. But I'm still knitting it, and we'll see if she likes it at the end and send it to her if she does. So we are just having a bubble tea sitting outside here on the river. It's a nice place to watch people. It's kind of calm, especially for being in Delhi. And enjoying the time until our bus. I just had a nice little knitting break, as you saw. And you will see in the next little clip why I like being at the river so much. Because these kids coming by are the slum kids that are beggars in town. But when you're down here at the river, no one will ever beg. It's like home. So everyone is living together peacefully. So the kids just came back and they got some flowers and some fruits. And they were just sharing the fruits they got with everyone, including me, what is really nice. That's like what makes a space really like special, that you feel like welcome.
किसी और ने दिया है क्या?
मेरा को आता है।
आता है। ला मंडोला।
Also, I really want to see how the slum is doing right now. Last time I was here was during the monsoon, and the whole area up to the temple got completely flooded for like half a meter. And you can see that these houses are white at the water, so they suffered a lot. So let's see what happened since the last 6-7 months. It seems to have been built up again. It seems that the houses here got repaired. That's where we were sitting last time. Everything was destroyed. Like, not that this is fancy housing now, but it's better than what happened after the monsoon last year. Now let me show you the most beautiful park you have ever seen. It's a park down at the Jamuna River in Majnu Katila. There's a cow coming out of the park. Can you see the beauty of this park? I find it even funny that they still call it a park here. For me, it would be more called a big, big trash bin. But that's what the people got here. That's a local park. So let's have a look down here. That's the housing of the people here, really simple. And there's a little farm at the river. Because it's dry season, you don't see too much of the river. In the other season, the water comes all the way up here. But now they can grow some veggies down here. Try to actually walk through the farm of one of the people and see if we can actually make it down to the river. Look, there's a lot of beautiful birds here. We made it down here to the river. Let's say this time you're lucky you can't smell it. Smells like waste, dust, really disgusting. Might look a bit weird to go down here, but actually the people don't mind us being here. I've been down here a lot of times and the people are always really friendly, inviting you, sometimes sharing their tea with you. So don't worry about it. Can you see the beautiful brown of the river? That's unfortunately the water that a lot of people have to drink from in Delhi. And here is a cow shed. So we are back at the beautiful park. I remember the first time I came here and didn't know how this park really looks like. I went down to sit in the sun for some knitting and I was pretty shocked. But still, there's lots of little squirrels and stuff. Let's see if we can find some today. And you see there's still lots of local people hanging out here. But yeah, there's not much green, lots of trash, interesting smell. And it gets worse in other seasons. Now it's winter, so it's less smelly. And you can actually see some blue in the sky here, what is really seldom for Delhi. Directly next to the park is a touristy street of Majnu Katila. Here are all the shops, all the nice westernized restaurants that look really beautiful for all the people that come to visit here. Little bazaar corners to buy cheap stuff. Lots of Tibetan restaurants, also Korean stuff. Shops for all kind of souvenirs. There are protests happening here for what is just happening in Tibet. I will tell you more about it in the podcast. They just tried to resettle 2,000 people and destroy 6 monasteries in the area we have just been to. And now the people here in India are protesting against this.
So we the Tibetan refugee in India, especially in Delhi, Majnu Katila, we are having a candle peace march, which is because of the detaining of hundreds of Tibetan people in Kamdega, because the detention was due to the protests they have made in Kamdega. The protest was because the Chinese have illegally building a dam which is near Yangtze River, which is a very in danger for the Tibetan people and the monasteries which are located in the Kamdega area. So if the dam was constructed at that area, the 6 major monasteries in the Kamdega will be demolished. And among that, the two of the monasteries which is very ancient and historical in Tibet, and the 2 villages inside the Kamdega will be submerged if the dam was constructed along in that area. So that's why the people and the monk nuns from the Kamdega, especially the Karze Zone, which is a village, from the people from Karze Zone, they held a protest in 15 Feb 2024 with 300 people. And at that time, the Chinese government didn't get the authority to detain those protesters. But in 22nd Feb 2024, the hundreds of Tibetan people, nuns, including nuns, monks, and ordinary people were arrested, and they were tortured drastically at the moment. And we have some report from the Tibet that some of the detained Tibetan people were in a bad condition. They are in a critical condition at the moment, and the protest is still going on, and they are still detaining the Tibetan people from Kamdega. So this is going on till they stopped the construction of the dam. Yeah.
Thank you. Hi all of you. I just wanted to show you the little shawl I'm knitting during my daily vlog, because I want to gift it, so I want to make a recording and show it to you in the finished form. So this is a Nilay shawl by Needy Knits, a Indian knitting designer. It's a one skein project, like it's less than 400 grams of yarn. As you can see, it's a nice lacy pattern. It's a simple project. I knitted in a wool that is called Emotions. I don't think it still exists, so it's not so important. It's a nice little shawl. The only issue is that this edge is a bit tight, so it kind of curls up a little bit. It's not a serious issue, but I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, that's what I don't like so much, and this is going to be a gift for a nice Indian lady, because I would never wear this kind of pink. But it's beautiful and I wanted to show you, and I hope you enjoyed the vlog. and have a lovely day. Bye. See you next time.